So if you don't do anything about climate change, it will become worse and worse and worse. If you don't do anything about racism, it will become worse and worse and worse. So I tried by using examples in the current environment, whether they were examples around equity, around discrimination, around the banning of information and ideas, and to say all of these things don't help us to overcome the disruptions. And I then, perhaps unwisely, but I came up with a model, if you like. It's not really a model, but a way of thinking about a life and values education, which may be one way to equip people to both understand the disruptions and to be able to deal with them. So it's a very personal. I'm fortunately at a stage in my life and career where I can do exactly what I like, and no one tells me how or what to do. So it really is a personal exploration of what I think are issues that are
An
affecting
example of
everyone.
academic freedom.
Indeed. And don't forget, I live in Hong Kong.
Exactly. Yeah, so I mean, you were mentioning that this is a book bringing in perspectives that are quite personal. The second part of my question was related to the difference between civic education and citizenship education, and why in this specific book project you are using the definition civic education.
Let me give you two answers.
Excellent.
Let me give you the classic answer, which is that civic education deals with the structures and functions of government, and citizenship education deals with the ways citizens engage and act in the communities of which they're a part. Now, that's a definition. What's not revealed there is that my own background in terms of both engaging with, learning about civic education was in the United States at Stanford University in the late 1970s. And I had a supervisor and mentor, Professor Richard Gross, who only ever talked about civic education. So
Right.
every seminar was about civic education. And I actually kept saying to him, but Professor Gross, because I never called him by his first name. He was a professor, right? Professor Gross.
Formally.
In Australia, there's no such thing as civic education. So why am I doing these courses? And he would say, well, you're not in Australia now. You're in the United States, so you have to do these courses. When I went back to Australia, once I'd finished my degree, what started to happen was a resurrection, I use that term cautiously, of civic education by Paul Keating's government in the 1990s.